Millions of people use Facebook every day to keep up with friends, play games, share their thoughts, communicate with classmates, or post pictures. Anyone can talk about anything on Facebook, from the news to the weather to that awesome party last night. They can talk about it, post pictures of it, and share their thoughts on the events taking place. According to infographics.com, in North America, 50.3% of the total population uses Facebook, the highest number of individual users of any geographic location. Australia comes in second with 37.7%, and Europe in third with 27.5%. As of the year 2012, 100 billion connections have been made on Facebook. There are 845 million active monthly users. More women than men use Facebook. 2.7 billion things are liked each day. There are 425 million mobile users, and 250 million pictures are uploaded every day. According to socialbakers.com, the majority of people who use Facebook are between the ages of 18 and 25, college students. Facebook is, importantly, well equipped with privacy settings. You are given complete control over who can find your page, what they're able to see, and what is visible to people who are not yet your friends. The Facebook.com Help Center provides links to help you control who can add you as a friend, who can send you messages, what is visible to people who are not friends, and much more. So that's Facebook. It's a fun resource for sharing information with your friends that is all secured by your choice of password and privacy settings. It's hard to imagine that anything could go wrong. Increasingly, it is becoming more commonplace for employers to use Facebook to screen job applicants beyond how they present themselves in their resume and application. Of course, your potential future employer wants to learn as much about you as possible so they can be sure that they're hiring the correct person for the job. But how far is too far? According to an article from the Huffington Post entitled How Companies Use Facebook to Hire and Fire Employees, CareerBuilder.com found in a 2009 survey that 45% of employers use social media such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or other blogs to get a feel for the applicant as a real person. 18% of employers found information on social networking sites that made them want to hire an applicant, while 35% of employers reported that they found social media content that made them reject a candidate. Currently, there is one company operating out of Santa Barbara, California, called Social Intelligence. According to their website, Social Intelligence is a leading producer of social media screening and research solutions to a wide range of industries. Through the use of their innovative techniques, they are able to facilitate better hiring decisions for employers when trying to decide among a stack of applicants. They do note in their frequently asked questions, however, that their company only reviews information that is publicly available. They also find content from any other publicly found hyperlinks that identify that person. So, if you make everything on your Facebook page private to people who aren't your friends, then you're set, right? Not necessarily. In an article by Carly Brandenburg entitled The Newest Way to Screen Job Applicants, A Social Networker's Nightmare, she writes, some companies also hire current students who can access their peers' social networking profiles and effectively circumvent any privacy settings a potential hire may have put in place to attempt to restrict any unwanted persons from accessing their profile. This means that one of your Facebook friends could be hired by your dream job to dig up negative details about you as your Facebook portrays you, regardless of how well that friend may know you in real life. Essentially, for these companies, your identity is broken down into your internet persona, where what you thought was a funny comment or an attractive picture markets you as a foul-mouthed, risque individual who apparently may not promote the wholesome image of the company. It can get even worse than this. Some employers have decided to take this job into their own hands and have gone so far as to request an applicant's Facebook username and password in an interview. They then proceed to go through their pictures, messages, and friends list while the applicant watches in order to dig up anything they can find. This information is then used to further judge the applicant in addition to their interview and resume. So, you may be asking yourself, is this even legal? In some states, it won't be for very long. According to an article from NPR entitled State Approves Bill to Ban Employers from Seeking Facebook Login Info, the state of Maryland is about to be the first state to pass a law banning this interview practice, with Illinois in a close second. Facebook itself is also against this practice, stating that, among other problems, employers may find themselves in a position where its managers or other workers might be presented with private information that they have not been trained to handle. But so what? What if you have an absolutely clean Facebook profile? You don't care if they look because there's nothing to find, right? According to an ABC News article entitled Background Checks Now Include Twitter and Facebook, your friends' profiles can have just as much influence on the hiring decision as your own. They may examine your friends list wondering, are your friends gay, rich, or poor? Do they live in California, New York, or Kansas? What are your hobbies? The employer's decision not to hire you may be ethically outrageous, but it's not illegal. There are laws that can protect you from many forms of personal discrimination, but there are not laws that prevent you from being discriminated against based on the people you associate with online. This is an extremely scary thought. Employers are, essentially, being given permission to discriminate against anyone based on what they find in any aspect of a person's profile. According to the social intelligence company, the only information that is included in the report they return to an employer is information that an employer can legally use to decide whether or not to hire an applicant. Employers can get themselves in a tough spot if they decide to research applicants on their own, because they may stumble upon information that they are not legally able to use to discriminate against an applicant. Without any specific laws in place to control online discrimination by employers, it is becoming increasingly important for people to constantly be interview ready, even online. So, how does this information affect you? As a college student, you will soon be out searching for jobs, dealing with employers, and, most importantly, attending job interviews. As you create your resume and fill out applications, your Facebook profile is just another important item attached to your name that you should assume an employer will see one way or another. It is important to understand the laws in the state in which you are seeking a job so that you know what kind of unchecked discrimination you may be coming up against before, during, or after an interview. Your dream job may seem so close, and yet can actually be so far away.